Why are you showing?
I got jowl down there.
Why are you puffing up your fat? What is wrong with you?
I didn't notice how apparent it was.
You look like a porn star getting ready for a scene. You're puffing up your fat. Yeah, I'm not sure you're puffing up the right part of your body for this.
I don't think so either.
What is wrong with you? It is Thursday. We are here.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
I was getting ready to say Tuesday.
Yeah, it feels like a Tuesday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. That's my favorite, by the way, of all the different Steve clips we have. And we have a ton of them. My favorite is the I was telling Jason that this weekend. I was going, that's my favorite Steve clip. Because I can use that for anything. I can use it for anything.
Exactly.
I'm Ray. He's Steve. We are here. It is a morning disaster. There are many more coming that will join us on this Thursday morning, 8:27, as we get going live. We were talking in the chat room. They were talking in the chat room earlier and about embarrassing things people have done in school. And I wanted to bring this up to you first, Steve, because you shared something. You shared something in that chat room discussion that I found horrific. And everyone else on the show, they just skipped over to talk about their own bullshit. Everybody went right into their thing. And no one took a second to read what you had put.
Right.
It was so disturbing.
It happened. You talking about that? And
they were talking about something in school, and then somehow they talked about embarrassing things in school, and Dan talked about he was bullied by a girl, and then Christina started talking about her kids, and everybody went into their own things. This is after Steve revealed something that I found so horrific, so embarrassing, but everybody went on to their own shit. I'm going to bring up TJ. He was in the chat, okay? TJ, let me ask if you remember what Steve brought up in that chat that everybody just skipped. Everyone skipped.
I had just caught up, read everything. Yeah, I remember. Wow.
Everybody else just skipped over and started talking about all their own bullshit. Mm-hmm. Everybody else started talking about all their own stuff, but no one went back and talked about what Steve talked about, which to me was everything that was in that chat room, everything. Nothing was as horrific as what Steve wrote. And Steve wrote it, and it's like he was making this big reveal, and everybody just ignored it. I got to get different people in that chat room, but it was unbelievable. And by the way, I went back and read again. I said, this can't be.
Yeah. I had to stop and read it 3 times. No.
Did this really just get blown off? And they did. Everybody blew it off. They started talking about their own stuff.
In my defense, I was dealing with the school and what's going on with my son.
Well, yeah, that's what started. Is you're saying that you're dealing with the school over something with your kid did, and that's what brought up the subject matter. And then Steve,
everybody started sharing, so I shared my experience.
So Steve shared what happened to him.
Wow.
And I'm just saying, as someone who is I wasn't participating in the chat room. I was reading it. And what Steve said was so horrific. And so, I mean, like, if I would have been there, I'd have gone, oh, shit, man, I'm sorry that happened to you. But no, everybody Everybody else just completely ignored it and went about talking about their own stuff. No one took a second to discuss what Steve had revealed.
I mean, the whole circumstances around that had to be highly, highly embarrassing.
And that was the other thing, is no one wanted to find out more. Like, oh, go on. What happened, Steve? Like, because he didn't give and everybody's now they're bitching about because they're not in the chat room. Guys, here's what the chat room is. It's pre-show for people on the show. It's supposed to talk about bits that we're doing on the Morning Disaster show. But I'm telling you, I'm about to close the whole goddamn thing down because it always ends up talking about everything else. A bunch of stuff that I don't care about. However, I cared about this one because it was this story from Steve that sounded like just horrific. And everyone just blew it off. Like, no big deal. And I want more details on it.
Oh, that's whatever. Yeah.
So I want to start today's show. Steve.
Yes.
I was wondering if you can give us some more details on what you put in the chat room, which was, I'm going to read it. I'll actually read.
I hope I wrote it right.
I want to read what you wrote. Okay.
Yep. No problem.
You're gonna read it verbatim?
Well, yeah. I just want to let people know what was said. They were talking about different things that happened at school, blah 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 blah. And Steve goes,
"Oh God!
I once had an accident in my pants and had to have my mom bring me clean clothes."
That's what it said.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then, by the way, the next comments was Dan going, "Oh, I was bullied by a girl in grade school, blah, 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 blah. Big girl. She called me fruity and blah, blah, told me I like boys." You know, and then they go on with these other things, but I'm telling you, no one said, "Oh, Steve, give oh my God, that sounds horrific. What kind of accident happened?" But no one stopped to comment on what happened to Steve. So Steve, I was wondering now if you could share the details of what grade were you in when this happened? You were in fourth grade.
I was in fourth grade.
Shit.
Fourth grade.
So fourth grade, Steve.
On recess, outside on recess.
So you're already like 8 years old, 9 years old, whatever, in fourth grade.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
what happened?
Out on the playground playing, and I knew I could feel it, the tummy rumbling. I thought, oh boy, I don't want to go in for recess. So I just kind of waited it out, and just pretended like it didn't happen, but it really happened in my pants.
So what were you doing at recess? Like, what was the activity you were doing?
Probably I did a lot of swinging and those hanging bars,
Yeah.
And I was somewhere close where I remember Sally said, "Steve, you smell." And I knew why I smelled, because I had pooped my pants. And I didn't want to go in from recess.
So someone that was at recess with you said, "Steve, you smell."
Yeah.
And
I said, I don't smell anything.
But you knew you had shit yourself.
Yes.
While you were
I knew it.
hanging from the dumbbells or whatever you.
Right.
So you knew you'd shit yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I know it. I know that grade. There's like I don't know what they call them. They look like a half of a dome thing you hang from and stuff, and you can climb in and out of.
Oh, are they the monkey bars? I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like that. We used to play like Planet of the Apes, because that was a big show back in the days.
Yeah.
And I was always one of the apes. And I had to chase the girls around and stuff. And I think that
So
was
you were playing an ape.
yeah.
Maybe you were just shitting yourself because you were in character. You know, maybe you were like, you know,
well,
what would the apes do? Well, apes would shit themselves, so maybe that's what I'll do.
my mom didn't think so. She thought
They'd also throw it too, Ray.
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
God. Thank God
I
he
was-
didn't. Thank God he
yeah.
wasn't in that much of character. I was
it would have been better. Maybe it wouldn't have been in my pants so long and I wouldn't have smelled it.
so it was in your pants. So it got in your underwear or whatever. And
Oh, it wasn't a nice solid one. It was squishy and run down your leg type of shit.
I'm driving.
so this is fourth. So this happened in fourth grade.
Yes.
And so how does it get to the part to where your poor mom had to come to the school?
Well, when we went back in the classroom, I couldn't go back in the classroom and sit down at my desk. So I just told my teacher, I said, I need to go to the restroom. I've had an accident on the playground. And then the teacher has to take me down there, you know, and, we need to call your mom, Stevie, to come bring you some clean clothes.
So she saw the.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
teacher.
my God.
Mrs. Kuntz.
What's her name?
Kuntz.
Mrs. Kuntz?
Kuntz.
All right.
Kuntz.
K-E?
Koone.
Oh.
Koonce. Yeah.
Mrs. Kuntz.
Yes.
No one called her Mrs. Kuntz, did they?
No, not that I remember.
I hope not.
No.
I would hate if someone mispronounced her name. Terrible.
But that's
your poor mom had to come up and she had to bring you clothes.
Yes. Bring me clean pants and clean underwear, not a clean shirt. And then I take off my clothes and have to put them in a little baggie. And
did you clean your ass? I mean, did you?
I wiped it.
I mean, yeah. Did you get like a wet?
Yeah, well, I didn't get a wet
or something and give it a sponge in.
No, I just used a lot of toilet paper, wiping it off. I'm sure it still smelled afterwards. That's why Sally Miller, all the years we graduated high school, I never did like that girl. She always looked at me like, you shit your pants.
Her name was Sally Miller?
Yeah.
Good. It sounds like a made-up name. Sally Miller says, what stinks?
Steve, you smell.
Steve, you smell.
You know what?
So you were playing
like,
you were playing an ape. You were doing your character acting. You know
exactly.
Oh, God damn!
You know what this sounds like? The origin story of Steve.
Oh,
so yeah. The origin story of Batman, of a Spider-Man villain, is what it sounds like. Well, I was just playing Planet of the Apes, and I shit myself like an ape would.
I guess I never realized back then I was an actor.
I like when Karen says his shitting issues are. So his shitting issues aren't from getting older?
No, they've been around.
He's been doing it since fourth grade. Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, I've always had streaked underwear. I don't ever remember.
Good Lord. This is the origin of Steve Blaine. Private Eye. Oh my God. So then what happened after you changed?
Oh, I went back to the classroom, of course.
Did all the kids in your classroom see your mom coming to school with clothes?
Yeah.
So So they all knew what was going on. So you couldn't hide it from anybody.
No, and they all knew when I came back I had different color pair of pants on. So they're like, "What happened, Steve?" Nothing.
God forbid she bring the wrong. God forbid she try to help you cover it up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
If you're wearing like blue pants, your mom, God forbid you had a mom that actually went and grabbed more blue pants.
Right. Yeah. I think it would be back then it was brown and blue. I think I probably had a blue pair on. She grabbed a brown pair, and And of course, when I got back to the room, Sally Miller was like, she's already told everybody, Steve pooped his pants, Steve pooped his pants. So I go back in the classroom and like, oh, look, Steve, don't sit by Steve. He smells.
Oh, man.
So not much has changed.
Nope.
I like what Irene says. He's the goat of pants shitting.
There you go. I'm
The goat.
I'm the goat of pants shitting.
Yeah, he's been doing it. He's been doing it before everybody else knew it was cool.
Only the coolest pooped their pants.
Oh my God. So anyway,
Wow.
they're having this conversation in the chat room. Steve reveals this and everybody just ignores it. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, how in the hell are they ignoring this?
Well, they might have been thinking I was joking about it, but I mean, they seemed to be sharing their experiences. So I thought, well, I remember that. You know, I remember when I happened and Sally. And,
oh, God damn. Only Steve. So you really pooped yourself on the
yes, I did.
playground.
Yes.
Sally Miller, a girl you went to school with,
Yep.
smelled it.
Yep.
And then talked about it.
Yep.
And you had to clean up. Your mom had to bring you clothes.
Yep.
Oh, you poor son of a bitch. Oh, my God. And then you had to go through the rest of the day with everyone knowing what you did. Oh, my
God. Oh, I have to go through the rest of the school. I had the same kids at school with for all years, and I was always known as Poopy Steve.
So even in high school?
Man,
everyone knew that you shit your pants?
Oh, well, yeah. The kids I went to kindergarten with, I graduated with. So.
Oh, my God.
There's only 35 of us.
I don't think anything like this ever happened to me. Thank God.
Maybe that was why I was so unpopular in high school. Even though I was really good at football, I couldn't get the girls at all. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they were afraid.
Maybe they didn't want to be with
Poopy pants.
Pants shitter.
Yeah.
So Sally never gave you a look like she wanted to go out with you?
No. Not even high school.
You never got older. Sally didn't want to hook up.
Nope.
You didn't poop yourself on the line when you were playing football, did you?
No. Farted maybe, but never pooped.
Come in handy then.
Well, we only had one color pants, and that was white. So I had to make sure if I did, I fell on my butt so you get the grass stain, the dirt stains on my butt pad.
I've never had a story like that. I went through school without any embarrassment. Like I remember Sean Blinn had a story once about peeing his pants or something.
Well, I peed my pants many times.
Yeah, but you're saying that this was worse than the pants peeing.
Oh, yeah.
Shitting the pants was something that was more horrific.
I got one that would probably freak everybody out. It doesn't have anything to do with pooping, though.
There's a worse story than.
Oh yeah. Than that.
Everyone, grab your chairs, relax. Here it comes. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Well, this was let's see. I'm going to say about 10 years ago when I lived up in Chicago. My mom was in the hospital up there, and I went up to see her. And I don't remember what it was.
So your mom was in the hospital in Chicago?
Yeah, and I was I went visiting her.
Did she live in Chicago?
Yeah, she lived in Chicago for about. She lived down there now, but
I know she lives in Pana now, right?
Yeah, but she lived in Chicago for about 30 years.
Okay.
My brother still lives up there.
Okay.
I was visiting her in the hospital. I don't know why I didn't go quicker, but all of a sudden I had this terrible pee pain hit me. I couldn't control it. I just peed right there in her hospital room. And she looked at me and she goes, "What's the matter?" I said, "Do you have a towel or anything?" She said, "What did you do?" I had tan pants on, tan doctors on, and they were both down both legs were just soaked. She says, "My God, Steven, did you pee yourself?" I said, "I couldn't help it. Just get in there and get a towel in the bathroom. Get this floor cleaned up. Look at that."
So you were in the bed in the hospital room.
Yeah.
With your mother who was ill.
Yeah. She just had heart surgery.
And you had unexplained peeing of your pants.
Yes. It just I couldn't control it.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't just a little bit, dude. They were talking. Then I don't have anybody to bring me clothes up there. So I sit and talk with my mom as long as I can, hoping that they'll dry.
Yeah.
And then I just feel like I just gotta leave the hospital. So I just stood up, walked my happy ass down the hallway, and in the elevator, people were like,
"So you wait a minute.
Look."
I gotta be honest. If I peed my pants, I would want to change immediately just so I could be dry.
Well, what am I going to change into? I didn't have anything to change into.
So, but you sat there in wet pants?
Well, thinking it was dry. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then you're just walking around the hospital.
I just
Hi, everybody. Hi, I just peed myself.
Well, I didn't want to make it look like I didn't want myself to look and draw attention to myself, even though at that time, 500-pound man walking down the hallway is going to draw attention to himself, So,
oh my
whether he's peed his pants or not,
the smell.
Yeah, but the smell was horrific.
Oh, it was. It was. It wasn't one of those just water peas. It was a good dark yellow.
Oh.
And then you're riding down the elevator with pee on your head.
This is true. That's where this really happened to me.
Oh my God!
This really happened.
You poor son of a bitch.
I guess there's a silver lining in this, that it wasn't he took a nap in the hospital room and then wound up having a wet dream and had to walk around with all
that would be better, but he had control and just let it fly.
I've done that many times.
I mean, what is Lord? While you were there, you should have the doctors look at you.
I probably should have that time.
I like what Dan said. Like he said, he would immediately spill a can of soda on himself or make it look like an accident.
I would have had to get a big pitcher of water because it was a pretty super soaker, that's for sure.
Oh my God! And then you could have walked out, and when people looked, you could have gone, "I spilled water." I know what it looks like. It's not that I spilled,
But then
my mom's very ill, and she spilled. And she spilled an entire pitcher of water.
No, I didn't think of that. Shit.
Instead, you're just walking around with piss.
Have you thought about it?
Did you have to? You didn't have to take the train home, did you?
No, I drove.
Oh, okay, much better. I could not imagine sitting on public transportation with urine in your.
Every single time, I think it cannot get any worse with Steve.
No, it always gets worse. Yeah,
he proves me wrong.
Yeah,
like this has got to be it. This has got to be the line, and he proves me wrong every time.
So in 4th grade, you shit yourself on the playground, and your mom had to bring you clothes to school. Everybody saw it.
Yep.
And then 10 years ago, so you're in your 40s.
Yes.
10 years ago, you had an accident, and you're walking out of a hospital with visible urine.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
My God. You poor guy. Oh, you poor son of a bitch.
And here I thought what I went through this morning was bad.
Well, people wonder why Steve is the way he is. We're hearing the makings. We've been hearing the origin story. What happened to you, Tyler?
Well, I got a new washer and dryer, and I installed them earlier this morning, and the hot water hose decided to split and rupture and spray fucking water all over me. And
so you disconnected your old stuff?
yeah, I disconnected it and I reconnected it, and I was turning it on to start it and check it and everything. And the next thing I know, I hear a thump, and the whole hose just ruptured and all that shit. So I had to shut the water off downstairs on the downstairs section of the apartment. But right now, I look like I pissed myself.
Oh boy. Yeah, well, it's not that bad. It's just, are you by yourself?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you're not in a hospital.
No, she's at her friend's right now. So I was sitting there trying to shut this water off by myself.
Yeah, but you're by yourself.
Yeah, I pee myself all the time when I'm by myself.
Yeah, it's just you don't have to share that story.
Yeah,
when you're in public, it's a whole other,
Well, I did shard my pants at work once over my girlfriend's fucking chili on a hot summer day. I'm
saying that when you're doing it in front of other people, that's when it's a whole other, incident.
Oh, everyone saw me run to the bathroom with holding my ass.
And I've seen people before who they're wearing like white or khaki pants. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they get up and they look like they sat on a Hershey bar. It's just like, oh, but you just like, you don't even know that you see some fat guy sitting there.
So
right?
when did Sean do that?
Like you just see no, it's not anybody I knew. I'm like, you see some fat guy sitting there, right? And then he gets up and you see it looks like he sat in a Hershey bar. And even though you don't know that guy, you're like, oh, that's the guy that shit himself. Like even strangers will look at you and say, oh, that's the guy who shit himself. I'm just saying that, you gotta be careful with what you wear. Like I
only wear dark now.
I used to have a pair of khaki pants that were really comfortable. And I would wear them, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop because I would hate to have any kind of stain or anything in these. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, oh my God. Like, gotta wear those dark clothes, Yep. The best thing now is black.
Or brown.
Yeah. Sweatpants I wear. I'm wearing like black workout sweatpants.
Yeah,
now.
that's pretty much all I wear.
Not that I ever shit or piss myself, but
I do have a pair of gray sweatpants that I really don't like to wear a lot of times.
Yeah.
Even though they're very comfortable. But for that reason, I don't want to leave some kind of a stain and everybody point at me.
Those are your good relaxing pants?
Yes.
They got stains in them.
They got the stench from 1,000 ass
You
farts.
know damn well those gray pants, like those Rocky Balboa pants,
Uh-huh.
I bet those get some streakies,
Some
streaks or some puddles in front. I imagine sometimes you stand up and there's something going down the left or right leg, You're like, oh shit. I mean, there have been times I'm playing PS5 or watching something, you know what I mean?
Right.
And fall asleep in the recliner. And then wake up after napping. It's like, oh, I got to pee. Oh, I got to pee. And then I can't lift myself out of the recliner.
Right.
Because my freaking worthless knees,
Yep.
won't let me properly lift out. And I'm like, oh, God. Like, this has got to happen quick. You know what I mean? So finally, I get out and I'm making my way to the restroom,
Mm-hmm.
And you've been to my house. You know what a chore it is for me to get.
Yeah. Right. To the restroom.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get there, and then like right before I get there, a little, I get a little
no dribble.
I get a little dribble.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if it's visible, then everything's coming off. Everything. I'll go completely naked. I'll wash myself and put out a whole display of, or a whole new batch of,
clothes
before and even if I'm by myself.
Oh yeah, I would. If it's visible, yeah. I do too.
And then I try to hide the pants that had or the underwear that had the stain in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I try to separate them.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like it happened on a different day or what.
Yeah, so I try to so they'll dry quicker.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that way the underwear, because the underwear is wet, the sweats will be a little wet, and I'll try to separate them so they can dry out when they're in the dirty clothes.
Yeah.
So my wife's not touching urine soaked.
Right.
Oh
yeah, Christina, if you're listening, just be a little extra soap in this load, please. You might want to put on some gloves too.
So you're saying that
might be some wet ones in there. I don't remember.
You're saying that you recently had an accident at your house?
I might have dribbled.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the same way with you. Try to get up out of the chair, and then I got this fucking cat that won't get down. Get down.
Yeah, it's like you gotta tell your pet, get off. Come on, I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, and you started to get on. Don't please don't get no dribble. Oh shit!
You never full on let anything go, but sometimes and I got to tell you, when you get over 50, when you get like when I was a kid, and I mean like in my 20s and stuff, I would be like, I'd go out drinking incredible amounts of beer. Pee when I would pee when I got home from the bar. I'd take a good piss, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then I would go to sleep, right? And I'd sleep for like 12 hours. And then wake up and be like, oh my God, I have to pee. But I'm sleeping, you know what I mean? And because I'm sleeping, I go, screw it, I'll pee later. And then just fall back asleep and sleep for like 6 more hours.
Yeah.
And I'd wake up and then finally make my way to the bathroom and then finally pee. It was amazing, the bladder control that 30-year-old or 25-year-old Ray Lytle had was unbelievable.
Exactly. Yeah. Now you drink a glass of water.
Even in my 40s, I had amazing bladder control. Then you get to over 50. Holy shit. You get to over 50, your body says, oh, gotta pee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if you don't answer your body, like I'm seeing these women on here who were pregnant, they know what's going on. They know what we're talking about. Right. They know what's going on. Your body starts talking to you. You better listen. If you don't, you're going to have a little dribble stain. So I'm just saying that guys, you get over 50, you better listen to your body. So Tyler, I'm telling you now, like you got a ways to go, but one of these days when you get over 50, you're going to have to, when your body tells you it's got to pee.
You're getting close, aren't you, TJ?
Yeah. Oh no, I've still got about 8 years to go.
Oh, hell, I thought you were older than that.
So I'm sure. Well, he looks older, but He looks like a young hip, or he looks like an old hip Patrick Swayze. Like here's Patrick Swayze dating way underneath his age, with his bank robbing hair. He's Point Break TJ. 57 years old, but dating 20-year-olds. Yeah.
She's 29.
But he's not, he's not really, he's younger than that, actually. But I'm just saying, you get into your 50s, your bladder does not work like it used to. Man, I got to tell you, when I was 20-something, I was 30 and even 35, my bladder was impressive. I got to tell you, impressive. And here's the other thing. I could go out, have sex with someone, finished, and, put my underwear back on. And then who knows, a couple hours later might hook up with somebody else or do something else or whatever. Or go to pee, unzip. There's nothing slimy on me. I'm completely dry. You know what I mean? Or else I would go to pee. You know what I mean? I would go to pee and I would do it. And then when I'm done, shake it off. I'm completely dry. And then, go back a couple hours later, still completely dry.
Wow.
Now it's like, Jesus, once you pee now, you pee and you shake or whatever, and you be like, all right, I think I'm done here. And then you zip up and go about your business. Then you got to pee again a couple hours later. And you go to, and it's like, oh my God, I'm all slimy. And it's like, what the hell?
You want to stuff a bunch of toilet paper down in there?
Yes, it's unbelievable. Old age is the single worst thing it's horrible. I just remember.
At least I'm not like Marvin dating women younger than my daughter.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I just wish to God that we had the control that we had in like our 20s and 30s, and
right.
Like there wasn't dripping. At some point, what I'm saying is, at some point, even though we don't feel it or know what's going on, there's something dripping out of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just
somewhere.
Horrible. It's just horrible.
So I have.
There's drippage. There's drippage that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
We never had that problem before.
Nope.
Like if you go to sleep, somehow. There's, you wake up to go pee, and you notice you're not dry. I don't know what's happening to the human body, but it's horrible. Whatever happens, and like Steve said, you're stuffing toilet paper or using whatever to try to, but still you can't capture it. There's still drippage or something going on.
Yeah,
just horrible.
My parents used to make me sleep on this metal alarm. They put it under my sheets.
Yeah.
And that way it would wake me up in the middle of the night so I didn't wet the bed.
So wait a minute, you had...
I was a deep sleeper, I guess, when I was a little kid. Probably about fourth grade. And it looked like a big piece of aluminum foil with some clips on it, and then it hooked to an alarm. And if it got wet, it would wake me up.
So you're saying that you would pee yourself while sleeping?
Yes, sir.
And then it would wake you up?
Yes, sir.
Would electrocute you or anything? I hope
No,
not.
no, no. The alarm just went off. It's a loud alarm.
So you had an alarm for in case you wet the bed.
You had a pee
Exactly.
alarm.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
I'm just telling you, it's just horrific.
Again, I thought we'd hit a line.
Dude, that's nothing.
I have a feeling he has a lot more stories. All I know is when I was in 20s and 30s or whatever, I was ready at any time for sex or any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Anytime.
I was married.
I mean, anytime. Now, oh my God. And I've described this before. If it's sex time now, take a shower. My wife would demand I take a shower before even having the notion, before even thinking like we're going to do anything, take a shower.
Well, it was a few months back you were complaining that she told you to take a shower, and you're like, I just took a shower 30 minutes ago, and you got told to go do it again.
Yeah. It's like now it's just take a shower. Take a shower. But I'm saying it's the human condition that's forcing,
It's the code word, like go get a shower. You know what that means.
Yeah, I know that, but at the same time, she also means take a shower.
So now is it kind of like Pavlov's dog, where she says take a shower instantly?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying that there was a time when the bladder and the body and everything worked so good, you didn't need you didn't need to do any of that stuff. I'm just saying that getting old sucks. Wait till you guys get to your 50s. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't live that long. I do too much stupid shit.
Well, dude, I'm 55. I've done a lot of stupid shit. I'm still alive.
I know I'm not riding a motorcycle back in this shit today. Good Lord.
Oh, no, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's colder today than it was yesterday.
Yeah.
It's only 37 right now.
Jesus. Yeah.
This is some 100% pure grade A bullshit.
Yeah.
Welcome to Illinois.
Man, it's horrible. It's 31 degrees right now. Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
Thought we were over this shit.
Oh, no. We might be over the cold, but we're not over the cold.
Like, we actually have a wind chill right now.
You know what I got to say about that wind chill? Fuck that wind chill.
Isn't that crazy? Today's high is today. At today's high, which we won't hit until like 5 o'clock tonight. All right. The high today is going to be 43. Oh, Jesus.
Shit.
And then I'm looking ahead to see if we're ever going to get any nice days again.
Next Tuesday, yeah.
Well, it's going to be sunny on Sunday. It's going to be sunny Sunday with a high of 47.
Mm-hmm.
And the next Tuesday, it's going to be cloudy and a high of 71.
Yeah, I say we're supposed to start jumping back up next week.
Yeah, but this is the time of year you don't just want. You want sun and warmer weather. You don't want clouds. Shit, who wants
You want stuff to start drying out.
And literally every single day today's 100% rain and clouds. And then there's clouds in the forecast every single day except for Sunday. It just sucks.
At this exact moment, I don't care. I just want the heat. I want the warm weather back.
Yeah. Well, I got a feeling we're going to go straight from winter to summer and just have like a little strip of spring, and that's it.
I just want sunny days.
Yeah.
Give me sunny days in high 70s. Just give me a couple weeks. Just give me a couple weeks of it. You know? Just give me a couple weeks of it. And then we're gonna end up getting snow in April again this year.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell already.
I'll take 90 degrees and humidity right now.
Yeah.
Give me a drought. No rain.
Well, I don't want to root for a drought, but
sunshine, very little rain. I can go everywhere on a bike all the time.
No, I want
and then right at the end, give us a monsoon. And then pop that temperature back up for the winter.
I'm just saying that I think that we need some sun and good temps all together. I just want this sun gone. I mean, I want the sun shining. I want these clouds gone.
Well, I mean, we're under flood warnings everywhere right now.
Yeah.
And when aren't we in spring?
Yeah. I just want to get some sun. I just want some sunny skies and highs in the 70s.
Yep. One hand, shit another.
Yeah.
Well, you would be an expert at that.
Yes, I would.
Want in one hand and shit in the other. But we've always got our mom. We've always got our mom standing by to bring us fresh clothes.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Not me.
I'll be damned. So your mom would not bring you. Your mom wouldn't bring you.
Oh hell no. My parents would have said, "What? You shit yourself? Sit in it the rest of the day. Fuck you. I'm working."
Jesus.
Hell, if I'd shit myself, my parents would look at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
As if they don't already.
Yeah, I know.
I would think that. I'm in my 50s now. I would think that now, if there was ever a horrific accident, I could call my mother and she would, she would come through for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good
so your mother
Lord.
loves you?
Yeah. Yeah. My mother loves me. She, she cares about such goings on. She would make sure that I'm, she'd make sure that I, would be taken care of.
Must be a very nice feeling. What's it like?
Well, it's very nice. I guess I'm fortunate, but I don't think I'm being too, I don't think I'm being too select by saying that my mother would do that. So I think most mothers would help their children.
Throw me in the river when I was a newborn.
I'm sorry. What were you saying? What was that?
I said, I think my parents wish they would have put me in a burlap sack and thrown me in the river when I was a newborn.
Like Moses?
Worse. Like a feral cat they found in the backyard that they didn't want. Okay, do over.
So you hate your parents?
It's a mutual thing.
Love-hate relationship.
Yeah. Adam says my mom would bring him clothes in a bag, or my mom would bring me clothes as long as I would keep stealing. As long as I would keep stealing for the family. Yeah. She would still make me steal feed corn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Snickers bars. She might request you stick some Snickers bars.
And Snickers bars for my sister.
For your sister.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I never had much of a relationship with my father, but my mother's always been really nice to me. So, oh well. I feel sorry for anybody. I feel sorry for you guys having horrible relationships with your parents.
Right.
I could still talk to them about certain things, but I mean, let's face it, I'm so far at odds, and especially over the last 10 years, just different things that have happened with my parents. My brother and my sister, yeah, that's the ones they wanted. And I look at it, I'm the black sheep, I'm the outcast.
Yeah, same for me.
Listen. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychiatrist. No.
You'd be a crappy shrink.
I'm sorry you guys have these problems. Go talk to a professional.
I do.
Sharing them with me isn't going to get you anywhere.
Why don't you go steal some food corn?
I'm not a professional.
Yeah, I could use a Snickers right about now.
I am. What's anybody need to know?
Yeah. I'm just saying, get a professional to help you. I talked to a therapist like 3 times. It felt great.
Yeah, it does.
It got me through what was messing me up. And even the therapist is like, "You're fine. You're fine." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." She said, "You're fine. Go about, if you need me again."
I see my therapist every week. Actually,
I'm just saying, I'm all for it. I think if you need a therapist or any psychiatrist, go see them.
I talked to a psychiatrist once about my anger issues, and all it did was piss me the fuck off.
Well, well, you should talk to them. And you can hear that.
Mr. DeWitt, have you ever
Steve
considered
smoking weed?
Of course, his camera went off. Of course, he's smoking weed. If that camera goes off, that weed's going in. Trust me. When the camera comes on, you're going to see him trying to hold it in or having just blown it out or something.
Oh,
Good.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, that's what he's doing. He's been smoking that weed. That's his counselor.
Yeah, you bet.
He's like, got time for some medicine.
Counselor,
yeah.
Counselor Mary Jane.
That's his psychiatrist right there.
Mary Jane's my psychiatrist.
Yeah.
God damn, I need a drink.
Yeah.
Mary Jane tequila.
I'm all for everybody talking to him. If you need some kind of therapy, talk to someone. Yeah.
Doesn't
Talk
work
to
for
someone.
me. Mr. DeWitt, have you ever considered maybe you take things too personally? I looked at her. I'm like, you ever considered maybe you're a dumb bitch?
Yeah, you have some issues. You need to.
Oh, yeah. I take eat gummies now, weed gummies for my blood pressure, and
Weed gummies help your blood pressure.
It's calmed me down, literally. I mean, there's literally been shows.
Did your doctor suggest this, or?
Yeah, he said, well, you can either just go buy the gummies or I give you the weed card. And I'm like, I'll just go buy the damn gummies. Took one while I was broadcasting with TJ once. I was like, oh.
That was funny, actually.
I'm not sure if.
I think he shit himself that night.
I would have.
I'm not sure of any doctor prescribing weed gummies for someone who has high blood pressure.
Well, they told me it was like you either take the blood pressure meds, you take it was like 6 or 7 blood pressure meds all at the same time, or you do the weed gummy. And I'm just like, I don't need a prescription card. Just go into the fucking dispensary.
Basically, this anxiety raises the blood pressure. So
right? Yeah. Steve's right. Steve's a professional with weed, apparently.
Exactly. Jesus, why don't you fucking ask me the first time?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of anxiety issues, but
Tyler, you now owe Steve $10.
you what?
Huh?
So Tyler, you now owe Steve $10 for getting his professional weed opinion.
Yeah,
Oh, son of a bitch.
yeah. Steve's like a counselor. He can help you.
Yes.
Should have Steve come over and help with the washer and dryer.
That's
then.
like Marvin. Marvin used to always have. Marvin would always consult.
Well, my suggestion with the washer and dryer would be to disconnect that hose and take it to the store and buy a new one.
I got my brother bringing me a new one already. So
then you'd know the size,
Right.
because you disconnected it. You know what
If
I
it
mean?
was a new, I don't understand if it was a new washer and dryer, how did the hose burst?
I have no idea either.
We had old hoses, right?
No, it was brand new from the Truman Appliances up here in Jacksonville.
Oh, then they're going to replace it for you?
Yep.
Cool.
I hope so.
The hose was made out of Acupucky.
Yeah, that's my
Yes.
must have been made on Friday at the hose factory.
I'm not sure what that means, but yeah. No, then you could. Steve, it's too bad you can't drive over there and help him out.
Well, I could if I wanted
Show him
to,
how to properly install that.
but not legally. I couldn't yet. But
I'm just saying,
that's coming very soon.
with Steve as a professional, he could have helped you out.
Yeah.
He could help you with your broadcast and get your thoughts all put in order so you know how to properly convey them. TJ, Tyler, he could help both of you guys. If you need some help with your
Just let it flow.
with your thoughts of being on the right, you know what I mean? So there's a few less non sequiturs in the broadcast. He would
Like that.
he could help your focus so that you're staying so that you know what I want to talk about is stayed, so we're staying on the right subject matter.
Staying on point.
So there's nothing wrong than as a host. There's nothing worse than as a host of the show. You bring something up and then someone brings something up that has absolutely nothing to do with what you're talking about. And then you have to change subjects. It's the worst. The worst. That was like back in the old disaster days. What happened when someone would do that, TJ?
You'd bring it back to point and then cuss them out while you were doing it.
No, that's not what I would do. I would eventually tell my producer, fire them.
Yeah.
Fire them. I don't want them fire them. Get rid of them. That's not how the show works. Fire them. And if it was Noid, it happened. He would pull them out of the studio in the middle of a show. Hey, I need to talk to you for a second. And everybody else will go, oh, what happened to so-and-so? Noid physically kicked them out. Noid escorted someone to the building and made them leave. Wow.
Rocky wasn't shy about it either, though.
No, Rocky wasn't shy either. Well, Rocky wouldn't let anyone on. You know what I mean? He was more. Rocky knew. He was like, Ray is too kind. He'll give people a chance. So he just wouldn't let him on.
Rocky was too selective of who got in there.
Yeah, like Noid would let anybody on, but the second they, like we used to do a bit called, and I played it on Daily Disaster. To tell the truth, we used to do that bit.
Yeah.
And Psycho Dan was always one of the experts.
Right.
Psycho Dan was like the only one who wasn't booted from the show. I think every other person we brought in would get booted, but Psycho Dan never really pissed me off.
Witch.
Psycho Dan was always pretty good. So I think he was the only one that wasn't totally. He was the only one that was not kicked off.
You brought in the BS witch. How did you expect that to not go wrong?
We had the bisexual witch. She was great. No, we would have bisexual witch. If we had bisexual witch, Psycho Dan. It was usually the third one who was crazy. You know what I mean? It was usually the third one who was nuts.
Right. So you're gonna never do that with me because you guys would never top anything I could come up with.
Like bisexual witch was always, she was good. It's just she took things too far, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
she always forgot who was supposed to be lying. Like the guest who would come on. We should do that. We should do that bit here on this show. And here's how it is, everybody. You bring 3 people on, and they tell a story. One of them is lying, but the whole thing is we give a subject before.
Okay.
Like we'd say, all right, who's lying? Or to tell the truth, I can't remember what the hell we called it.
I one time shit my pants in school, being like the subject.
No, we would say, here's the overall theme. The overall theme is blah blah blah, and they would each tell a story. Somehow revolving around the theme, and one of them is lying. Like, say it would be when you met someone famous, all right, and everybody would tell a story about meeting someone famous. Well, before they would tell the story, they would have to meet with a producer.
Mm-hmm.
And they would say, oh, this one time I met so and so, or I did whatever, and then they'd go, oh, that's good, go with that story. And then they would say, well, I did this, and he'd say, all right, go with that story. And then they would all have the story worked out, and then he'd go, okay, X, you're lying. And he'd say, well, I'm making sure X is lying. Okay. Here's what the bisexual witch would do. The bisexual witch would forget who was supposed to be lying. She would forget. And the
So
whole
then
thing
she
is,
start lying.
the people on the show, we were the ones that judged whether they were lying or not. And then we'd go to the end when the person who was lying would have to stand up and say that they were the one lying. And she would forget who was supposed to be lying. So that's why that show got fucked up. Because a bisexual witch. So if bisexual witch was the one who was lying, she would forget. And she would tell the truth. And then Noid would go ballistic. That idiot. No, we before the show we talked. She was the one who was supposed to be lying. And then Noid would come in and say, no, bisexual witch was lying. I go, you're lying? She go, no, I wasn't lying. I'd be like, no, Noid said you were supposed to be lying. No, I told her that really happened to me. Here, I'll show you the receipt for my wallet. You know, it was always something stupid like that. I was like, oh my God. Like, how the hell do you forget? Literally, you have a meeting 5 minutes before you do something and you forget that you're the one that's supposed to be lying. So it ruined the bit.
Right.
But it was a great bit, and it was always 3 listeners, or regular, and they were always regular listeners. They were listeners that called the show.
Right.
That's how Psycho Dan, because Psycho Dan always called the show, so everybody knew who he was.
So it could have been like Psycho Dan, PS Bob, PS Witch.
Yeah. It was always people that the listeners knew from them calling the show. But she would always forget. Like, I don't know where the bisexual witch is now, but I'd love to have her back on, because I bet her life is just as screwed up now as it was when she was 19.
Bare face first and some buff.
I don't know what she's up to, but I bet I can't remember her real name. I wonder if we should try to find her, but I can't remember her real name to find her.
Maybe Psycho Dan knows how to find her.
Yeah, maybe. I should ask him.
I mean, they were so close.
What do you guys think? Is that a bit that our listeners would try? You know,
I think get them involved. Yeah.
It's a lot like the old "Who's Lying" bit, you know.
Yeah, but Who's Lying? Who's Lying was a member on the show. To tell the truth, was listeners.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the 3 listeners could each tell their thing.
Dan says it's Jessica something.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought her name was Jessica. Yeah, Jessica something or other. So we could do like Marvin, Fat 420, and Adam. And they would each tell us a story, and one of them is lying. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's how that bit would work. But, you know, would our listeners, would you guys be interested in trying that one day?
I'd be ready to go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, it doesn't matter if you'd be ready to go. You know, we need listeners that
Right.
would be willing to go. So
Brent says he never lies.
Uh-huh. Sure.
There we go. Marvin, Fat 420, and Goose.
yeah, let me just get some good people. So we get Marvin, Irene, and Fat 420. That's a pretty good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be. Do it.
Yeah,
Everybody
that'd
wants
be
to do
good.
it.
Can
And
I pick a line?
they each tell a story, and one of them is lying.
Right.
Or we get Fat 420, Irene, and Fat 420, Irene, and Karen.
Oh. God damn it.
You know what I mean? And we got to figure out which one is lying.
Right.
That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. So think about it, guys. Hey, today's show is brought to you by our friends over at Recontext. Recontext, boom, boom, boom. Proof is in the performance. I talked to Derek last night. He said they're busy doing planes.
Man,
Really?
This is when these rich guys who own planes. It's a true story. This is a true story. A
So you're
rich guy who owns a plane, they call Recon. They say, hey, listen, I'm going to have planes at the hangar. Will you guys go and coat them? And so what he does is he gathers everyone up in the car and they go out to the hangar at the airport and they take care of a plane. And they literally, you know, detail it and then they clean it and coat a plane. And they actually do it off of like a bunch of rich people. Rich people with planes will hire them to do the planes.
It's actually a smart move if you think about it.
Well, it's what they do. They do them. I want to say that they've done them here, but they've also done them in other cities, like where these guys who own planes will bring them out to clean them. So that's what they're doing this. They got some kind of plane thing they're doing this week. But you can still try to call them 670-1132. That's 670-1132. Recontext. They are willing to get you get your car completely detailed. They can get your car coated. They can do any aftermarket stuff to your car. It's Recontext, guys, over the corner of 8th and Black. And Just Beds. That's Just Beds at 3120 Montvale Drive. Just Beds can get you a good night's sleep. What do you think about 8 hours of sleep a night? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
yes, it would.
Yeah.
And then get you set up at Just Beds. Go in there and see their great selection of mattresses and get yourself a good night's sleep. They deliver your new bed. They remove your old one. That's how great they are. They'll get you set up and you will be so happy and you'll sleep so much better after you get yourself a new bed from Just Beds. Just Beds, the Yawn Exterminators. All right, that's going to wrap up today's show, everybody. Thank you so much. We're back tonight with a subscriber show. Let's see. Subscriber show at 5:30, 5:30 or 6. Just depends on what time Jason is ready.
Oh my God, dude! I made it all the way through the show without a cigarette.
Whoa, that's a good job.
Amazing.
Over an hour.
Amazing.
It's one step closer to quitting.
Like there was a bit playing when the show started. A past episode where I was giving him shit for smoking so much, and he was saying, "Well, at least I quit drinking." I just want to point out he's drinking again. That's all.
Yeah, well,
He was bragging about how, well, at least I stopped drinking. I just want to point out he's drinking again.
well, okay. I kind of evaluated it. I was like, 14 dogs, girlfriend's bullshit, or a drink. Yeah, I'd rather have the drink.
Sound like Spanky to me.
Well, Spanky and I discussed it. I had to go through some therapy with him first.
Yeah. Oh. So it's not like you decided, oh, well, if I'm gonna start drinking again, maybe I'll stop smoking. No.
No. Good God.
So you're just doing both.
$75 to fill this car with gas. Stay out of their tree.
All right, let's wrap it up. We'll be back with a subscriber show tonight. Thank you so much for watching or listening. We'll talk to you guys. Subscriber show tomorrow. Bye, everybody.